So there are certain categories or types of problems that are seemingly impossible to solve, but aren't if you use some inventive thinking skills. One of those problem categories deals with contradictions or conflicts that unfortunately we settle with making a trade-off or a compromise, and it always leaves somebody dissatisfied. Now, sometimes the root causes of these conflicts are based on physics, but very often they are not. And in those cases, there are some very clever ways to deal with them that most people don't know about yet. Welcome to InnovationTutorials.com, where we introduce several tools, concepts, and best practices around innovation and inventive thinking in 5 minutes or less. In this video, I will introduce a certain type of problem called a physical conflict, and I'll introduce at least 2 of the 4 pathways to inventive solutions for this type of a conflict. And of course, I'll show you a few examples of those separation principles. These videos are very short, 5 minutes or less, so try not to blink because you'll miss too much. So there are 4 clever separation principles that are innovative ways to satisfy these conflicts or contradictions instead of having to make a trade-off or a compromise. These separation principles can help solve a particular type of problem called a physical contradiction or conflict. A physical conflict is when you need to achieve 2 opposite, seemingly mutually exclusive parameters, characteristics, or outcomes of a system. Let me give you a couple examples. You're designing a component and you need that component to be thick for strength, but thin for weight. 2 seemingly mutually exclusive parameters. You're designing a new manufacturing process and you want it to run fast for productivity, but slow for accuracy. Fast and slow are the physical contradictions. How about a new dental X-ray sensor that you need to be big for a large image, but small so it fits inside a mouth? Or you're an avid biker and you want your tires to be wide for traction, but narrow for rolling resistance. Or many of you have bosses out there and you have a meeting coming up and you want your boss to be present for the meeting because of his or her knowledge, but you want them absent because maybe they're disruptive. Now, physical contradictions can come in many forms. Products have them, services have them, software, transactions, psychology, and many more areas. But remember, when you encounter these seemingly impossible or mutually exclusive goals, we often settle with a compromise or a trade-off. Someone's always unhappy. We want to break that trade-off paradigm. So let's start with the separation in time principle, the first of 4 principles. Consider the wings of an airplane. We want wings long for lift, but we want them short for drag and maneuverability. So the question here is, do we need these wings long all the time? Answer is no. We just need them long to generate enough lift at slow speeds during takeoff and landing. So can the physical conflict be somehow separated in time? Look at the Navy's F-14 and F-111. They accomplish just that. They have wings that are both long and short. During takeoff and landing, which are the slow speeds, the wings are long for the needed lift. And during high speeds and combat maneuvers, the wings are short for maneuverability and drag. Here's another quick example of separation in time. How about a full-size small keyboard? That seems impossible, but here it is. Big when you need it and small when you don't. Here's another one. This is a toilet in Amsterdam. It's there at night when the bars are the only businesses open, and it's gone during the day when there are many businesses open. Now, if separation in time doesn't spark any good ideas for your physical contradiction, there's 4 separation principles, so let's try the second. The second one is separation in space. Consider a pair of glasses for the elderly. They want prescription A for distance and prescription B for reading. In the past, people had to settle for 2 separate pair of glasses. So the question here is, can this physical conflict somehow be separated in space? In other words, do we need these opposite parameters, prescription A and prescription B, everywhere? The answer is no. So without knowing it, Ben Franklin used one of the separation principles to solve the conflict that you know today as the bifocal lens. Here's another example of separation in space. Can you have long and short hair? This guy did. It's called a mullet. Not very popular these days, but maybe coming back. And we'll leave you with a final challenge. When canning food, you often want a canning jar with a lip to be present to pour easily. But you don't want that lip, so you can screw on a conventional screw top for preservation and easy opening and closing. So let's see if you can create a solution for this problem using separation in space principle. And by the way, it's absolutely possible. Email us at info@innovationtutorials.com with your idea, and we'll let you know if it matches the brilliant solution that currently exists. So there was a quick introduction to physical conflicts. There are two more separation principles beyond the scope of this super quick video, and they're called separation upon condition and separation in scale. So a key takeaway here is if your problem can be described as a physical conflict, there are 4 separation principles that should be considered as catalysts for idea generation. Then you can put the trade-off paradigm in the back burner and come up with some potentially clever solutions. Once again, we've run out of time. We've scratched the surface for the separation principles. Thanks for watching. If you value this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or colleague, subscribe to be among the first to see our future videos. Make sure you check out our website and the video description below for links and other innovation videos, services, and a way to contact me personally with any questions. See you on the next video.